So if you have a headache and you're considering consulting with us for some of, to just see if one of our methods is going to help you or not, there's kind of like there's a large swath of headache symptoms and different causes and different treatments. We can have more of the home runs for our type of treatment are going to be your true cervicogenic and TMJ headaches, which is going to be more your straightforward musculoskeletal issues. You can have the other side of the spectrum, which is going to be more your true migrainous ones where nothing really affects it, more like the barometric pressure, some of the time zone differences, dietary factors, things like that, generally like huge medication response. And then in between you have some other complicating factors, whether it's some visual or vestibular tracking issues, balance, dizzy issues, things like that. There's a pretty complex interplay between all the different parts of the brain and vision. So if one of those areas is damaged or not too great to begin with, that can complicate some of our rehabilitation. So with all the different types of headaches and whatnot, one of the easiest ways to demonstrate this is I just call it kind of the C to M line. So we have C on one side, meaning cervicogenic, meaning coming like out of your neck. We'll also include jaw with that. So mostly the headache will be coming from here and wrapping over top, or we'll get like a referral pattern coming from some part of the neck or jaw. On the other end, we have M for migrainous, meaning that's more of your true migraine. A lot of the medications are going to be a home run on it. A lot of the weather changes, hormonal, dietary triggers, sleep deprivation, things like that. Times that it changes circadian rhythm, those are going to be more your like major exacerbators, and you're going to have a lot more response from some of the other modalities. So we're not necessarily on one side or on the other. There's kind of a line in between from one to the other. So in general, I'd say most people probably fit somewhere over towards this side on the line. Most likely coming in more of a tension type thing, either muscular joint pain, maybe some jaw clenching, some things like that, poor posture, poor endurance, some of the deep neck flexor cervical screening, some of the jaw opening, and all the TMJ screening things are going to be very relevant. Some people, so they might have the occasional migrainous type symptom, but predominantly more of a mechanically derived endurance type thing, tension, overwork, overuse, and that's going to set her off. Other people are way down on this side, meaning like it's not, they may have some neck pain and muscle pain and things like that, some joint issues, but a lot of it can be secondary to all those other larger triggers that are going to really set the thing off to begin with. So, and we have some people that can just be dead down the middle, and like every little spot in between of, you know, people on this end, you get a little bit of massage or an adjustment or something like that and everything goes away. That'd be more your pure cervicogenic. If any of the medications are just an absolute home run and nothing else helps, that'd be more your pure migraine symptom. But the thing is, for all these people that are the little in-between, sometimes you get like a 50-50, 60-40, 70-30 back and forth. So one treatment style may not get full resolution. You always have a couple other triggers or other treated portions kind of that can sit there and kind of dwell underneath and push you closer to the threshold. So even for someone that's more on the migrainous spectrum, if they have a little bit of a cervicogenic influence going on, if you are on edge and it's about to get like, okay, maybe it's going to happen, maybe it's not, a little extra neck tension or jaw tension may be that extra straw that breaks the camel's back to put into a full episode. So even with some of the musculoskeletal treatments, if they are not fully effective, it can contribute to a certain percentage of the condition to try and bring it a little bit away from the edge, so it'd be a little easier to manage, especially with the other modalities. And also on the cervicogenic side, if you get someone more into here where they have some more migrainous symptoms, or if you have a history of head injury or some poor eye tracking or vestibular issues, we can also see, do we need a co-treatment on this? Do we need to put some more sensory motor integration into some of the cervical rehab or some of the jaw rehab? Sometimes we have to start doing some of the laser tracking, some of the joint position sense, some gait stability, some other types of fun stuff, just to see, okay, well, what's going to set off our neck? Is everything nice and good endurance-wise, but we get to some of our control portions. If you get to be into some position sense and some centering movements and you just can't do it, then we're going to have, okay, we got to throw an extra couple things into this on top of just the straightforward muscle and joint pain in order to get the person better. So basically, this is the C to M line of cervicogenic, meaning more neck or jaw oriented, to true migrainous. Everybody's a little bit back and forth on the scale, so before you do a full history review and examination to determine what it might influence one way or the other, really not sure how much it's going to contribute to either side of the treatment. So that's kind of the easiest way to get through the spectrum on that. So headaches, many causes, many treatments, and you're always allowed to have a mix. You're always allowed to have more than one thing going on with you. So until we have a good assessment and take a good baseline, we really won't know what's all contributing and what treatment pathways we're going to take.